Welcome back to my channel, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. So in this video, I am going to be taking you through the steps on how I dyed my hair this magenta, pinky, purpley color. So if you guys are interested, then just stay tuned. So I dyed my hair using all Arctic Fox hair dye products. Just to tell you a little bit about Arctic Fox hair dye, so it's a semi-permanent dye and it's also completely vegan. And they donate 15% of proceeds to animal charities, so that is something that I'm all for. In preparation for dyeing my hair, I did watch a lot of YouTube videos. In fact, I watched a couple of Kirsten Leanne's YouTube videos on how she dyes her hair using this hair dye, because it is her brand, it's her hair dye brand, and she always dyes her hair all these funky kind of colors. So I just kind of settled on this pinky purple color. I went a little bit darker because I want it to kind of fade out to this pinky pastel-y color. What I really love about dyeing my hair like a funky color is, for the most part in my experience, the color doesn't stay too long, so it's not a huge commitment. So if you don't like it, it will eventually wash out and fade. So no harm, no foul. If you guys aren't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I've been a little MIA from my YouTube channel lately because I've just been putting more focus on my Instagram, so make sure you subscribe to me there as well. My username is @Keeksta89. I should also add that I purchased all these products on my own. This video is not sponsored, and it was my first time using Arctic Fox hair dye products. So this is kind of like a first impressions too. I also am gonna throw it out there that I am not an expert, I'm not a hairstylist, so proceed with caution. This was just a fun kind of experiment for me and it turned out really well, but definitely consult with your hairdresser if you feel like you need to. And also I wouldn't recommend bleaching your hair at home on your own because you can really damage your hair if you don't know what you're doing. So best go to an expert to lighten your hair like that. If you guys don't know, my hair is naturally a dark blonde and I do have quite a bit of highlights and kind of like a foliage thing going on prior to this. So I didn't bleach my hair any more than it was. I just kind of put it all on top, which you're gonna see when we get into the video. But without further ado, let's just get into it, shall we? Okay, so I just have a couple of old Glad containers that I wasn't using anymore, so I don't have any professional dye mixers, but we're just gonna use this because it'll do the job. And I have the hair dye here. So first thing I have is this Arctic Fox, the Arctic Mist Diluter. Then I also have a bit of Girls Night here. Next I have some Virgin Pink. And lastly, I have Sunset Orange. So I'm hoping to make like a magenta-y pinky color. So I'm gonna do a paler version and then more pigmented version. I'm gonna do the paler version near my roots and the more pigmented version near the ends of my hair. So I am going to start off with some Arctic Mist Diluter first, and I'm just gonna put that into the container and just start adding some colors. So I think that's probably gonna be good for now because my hair is actually quite thin. So I'm gonna first start by adding some Virgin Pink because I want it to be more pinky than anything. That's the real color of Virgin Pink right there, really pretty. I'm just gonna add that much and I'm gonna stir this up. So that's like a cotton candy pink. I'm gonna add a little bit more pink. And now I'm gonna add a bit of Girls Night. So I'm just gonna add like a little dab, like that. Okay, and now I'm gonna add a bit of the Sunset Orange. Girls Night. So this seems like a really pretty color. I'm just going to test it out on the napkin. So that's the color that we're looking at. So I'm going to leave that for the top. Now I'm going to do a different color for the bottom, a bit darker. be like kind of like that. Okay, so I just popped on a shirt that I don't really care if I get any dye on it. And my hair is clean. I washed it and I just air dried it, so it's a little crazy. So I'm gonna just start from the roots, and then once I'm done with my roots all around my hair, I'll stick the top layers up and I'll start doing it by layer. So if I were you, I'd really invest in a pair of gloves. These are just some extra gloves I had from the L'Oreal Colorista hair dye. And if you see me looking off into the distance, it's because I'm looking at the mirror ahead of me, because I kind of want to see what I'm doing. All right, so I'm also gonna part in my hair to where I normally pardon it. I am no expert, that's for sure. I hope that this comes out all right. That part done, I'm gonna do the darker pink. I'm gonna start at my ends. Okay, so I have completely saturated my hair as much as I can. In hindsight, it would have been great to have a little bit of help, especially for the back of my hair, but hopefully I got it all. I did have a bit extra left over, so I just kind of like piled that on my hair, stuck it up with a few clips. So it says on the bottle to leave on your hair for at least 30 minutes, but then I watched a Kirsten Leanne video, and she's the creator of Arctic Fox hair dye, and she actually said at least 45 minutes. So and she says she leaves it on even longer than that, so I'm probably gonna leave it on for an hour to 2 hours, and she said to cover it with a bag, so I'm gonna do that. I also made quite a mess all over myself, but tried my best to get it off. Okay, so oh my god. All right, so bag is on. I'll check back in a couple of hours. I hope this comes out, because it's too late to turn back now. Okay, so it has been about 2 hours. I'm gonna get ready and I'm gonna just rinse out my hair with some cool water, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I'm so happy with how it came out. It came out a little bit darker and more purpley than I thought, but either way I'm happy with the result. It's gonna fade, it's gonna wash out over time, so the colors are gonna continue to change a little bit and go a little bit more pastel, which I'm excited for. So I stopped rinsing my hair out when I stopped seeing color bleed out into the bathtub. It covered really nice, actually. It covered a lot of my lighter blonde strands, and I think that it's got like a nice shift to it. Again, I am not an expert, so I'm really interested to see how long this dye is gonna last. I have to say, my hair, I can't stop touching my hair because it is so soft. It's just like a very nice conditioning treatment. Also, this hair dye smells amazing. It doesn't smell like hair dye. It just smells kind of like candies, kind of like Swedish fish or Swedish berries. So if you like that scent, then you're gonna like this hair dye. It's gonna be a nice treat for you. Something else that I really appreciated is I wasn't overly careful when I was putting on the hair dye, so a bit did get on my skin and it did wash off really easily with a bit of soap and water. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Again, if you aren't subscribed to me, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Hang around, I got some cool videos coming up. Have you guys ever tried Arctic Fox hair dye before? Did it turn out? Did it not turn out? And what colors did you do? I'm not ruling out trying another color. I'm kind of liking the way the orange looks too. I think that might be kind of fun. If you aren't, make sure to go check out my Instagram and subscribe to me there, because you can always find me on there if you want. Just saying. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Mwah. Love ya. Bye.